So as of last week, from the time of filming this video, one of the biggest movies of the year has finally come home to physical media, and that, of course, is Superman. I got excited when this finally got announced for a 4K review. I already reviewed the movie in a standalone video, so if you want to check out that video, there's going to be an annotation, so go ahead and check that out. But just in short, I really loved this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year so far, and in my personal opinion, the best that Superman has been in a very long time. Christopher Reeve will always be my favorite Superman, and in my opinion, he is the definitive Superman. I don't know how you can watch him as Superman and think anything differently. I know different opinions and all that, but anytime I watch him as Superman, he just oozes likability and just Superman for me. After his first movie, his movies were kind of hit and miss with me though. I enjoyed Superman 2, but I do like the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 a lot better. Superman 3 and 4 are just awful in my opinion. With Superman 4, I stand by as the worst comic book movie of all time. No question about it. Superman Returns I do enjoy overall, but I think missed the mark entirely on what it means to be a Superman movie. Maybe it could have been improved on if they were to continue to have done sequels to that movie, but the movie just didn't stick the landing just as is. I do enjoy Brandon Routh as Superman. I thought he did a great job, and I thought he got a lot of unnecessary hate for that movie. Man of Steel I enjoy. It has its problems for me, but I do enjoy the movie, and I do really like Henry Cavill as Superman. Batman vs. Superman I enjoy overall. I like overall. Despite very similar to Man of Steel, it has its issues, but I can look past those issues because I really do enjoy that film overall, especially the extended cut. Justice League is a messy disaster, but Zack Snyder's Justice League I think is one of the best comic book movies of all time, and it's a shame we're never going to see the conclusion of that story, but hearing that James Gunn was going to be taking over and rebooting Superman, I did get pretty excited. And like I said, I really love this new Superman movie. I think David Corenswet did a really great job. I thought James Gunn did a really great job writing and directing this movie. In my opinion, I can't remember if I said this in my review, but in my opinion, this Superman movie is the best Superman movie we've gotten since that original film with Christopher Reeve. People might have different opinions, people might disagree with that, but that's my opinion, and I will stand by that until the day I die. So this film was shot digitally with native 4K resolution for its 4K release. It does support Dolby Vision and HDR10+, and its aspect ratio is 1:90:1, I believe, which means the film does have its full IMAX aspect ratio throughout the entire film. And for sound, we do have a Dolby Atmos track and a True HD 7.1 track, so whichever sound system you got, you're gonna get both options for sounding. And starting with the packaging, I love this slipcover. I love the lenticular decision for that. That's just so cool. There is the back of it. If you want to read the description and the special features and tech specs, go right ahead. You take the slipcover off. Same artwork on the inside, no lenticular artwork, and the same info on the back. Open it up. Just like always, I will be giving away the digital code, but nothing special on the inside. We get no disc artwork on the 4K disc, which is a little disappointing. This release does only include a 4K disc, so yeah, a little bit disappointing that a lot of studios, especially Warner Brothers, stopped including Blu-ray discs with their releases. But I mean, I get it. They're trying to cut costs and save money all around, and if I'm gonna buy a 4K, I am going to watch the 4K disc. I guess it's just nice to also have a Blu-ray option too to compare. So I've watched this film twice now on physical, and I am absolutely stunned and amazed with how this movie looks on 4K. The picture is nice, crisp, and clear. It's got a great sharpness to it. The IMAX aspect ratio looks amazing. I'm so glad it's throughout the entire movie. It's not just a couple of sequences here and there. It's throughout the whole film, so you get that very immersive looking picture, that very nice expanded picture throughout the entire film. I know for some of the slower scenes, like the character driven scenes, IMAX aspect ratios, you could argue, aren't really needed for something like that. You would expect it more for like the big action scenes, but trust me, in those smaller scenes, the expanded aspect ratio does is just as immersive as if it were just a 16:9. The HDR color grading is also very great for this release. Everything is very immersive. Black levels are really good. White levels are really great. I saw this movie only once in theaters, but I do remember how it looked. And with the added bonus of HDR color grading, it looked a little better than it did in theaters, at least in my opinion. Now, I know there has been talk that this movie also looks very dim, a little dark in places, just like the Jurassic World 4K did. I don't know if that's just for Dolby Vision supporters, but I didn't really notice that. My TV only goes up to HDR10, and I didn't experience any dimness. I watched this movie like during the day, so I had like light coming through my apartment and everything, and the film was just as watchable as it was when I watched it with all the lights off. So I don't know if that's just for Dolby Vision, but I didn't experience that with my viewing. And I don't know if this is a big selling point for people, but I know this film was shot digitally. So what that means is you don't get film grain when you watch it on either digital or physical. If it's transferred properly, you're not going to get film grain if things are shot digitally. But I did notice that there were some film grain throughout this movie, and I did look it up, and apparently there was some artificial film grain added to it. It's not a whole lot. It's not super grainy, and it doesn't make the picture very soft at all. I just noticed it a little bit here and there. So I don't know if that's going to be a big selling point to people out there. It was not distracting at all. It didn't bother me at all. I noticed it mostly in the beginning when Superman falls into the snow and the Fortress of Solitude and all that stuff in the beginning. But throughout the whole movie, you honestly kind of forget about it while you're watching it. At least I did. I just feel like I should mention that because a lot of people that really dive deep into 4K releases are probably going to want to know that if they haven't experienced it already. Now, as for the sound, I think it's a overall pretty good sound. Action scenes were pretty cool. Dialogue was very clear. However, I will say that I also think that the sound could have had a little more oomph to it, a little more excitement to it. I did notice a couple of times that big action scenes did seem a little more quieter. So I don't know if that's just the audio track I listened it to, or if that's just how the sound was transferred when they did this release. I don't know what everyone else is saying about the audio. I haven't really been paying attention to really any releases of it, but just from my experience, the sound was pretty good, but I felt like it could have been just a little bit better. Still, it doesn't take away from like how it's already transferred. Like I said, dialogue was really clear. Action scenes were still very immersive and still had good sound to it. I just think that this track, with the caliber of Superman and how this movie is, could have had a little bit more to it. With the special features of this release, I thought they gave us pretty cool special features. There's a cool making of documentary. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch a good chunk of it, and it's a pretty good documentary. It's better than what a lot of behind-the-scenes features for other releases give us. There is a crypto animated short, too, that I did watch with my girlfriend. And, just as a cute little short, it's fine. It's nothing like you need to watch for the next installment of whatever DC project they're working on. But it's a cute little short. If you've got kids or you are watching this with kids after the movie, maybe want to put that on for them. It's a cute little short. And some nice little featurettes too. So overall, special feature wise, I think they did a pretty decent job with giving us a good amount of behind the scenes stuff if you do want to dive deep into special features after watching the film. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this release. I do think that this movie is worth picking up on 4K. Picture wise, it's fantastic. Sound wise, it's pretty good, but I do think it could have been just a little bit better. Special features wise, you get a pretty decent amount of stuff. Overall, I'm very happy with this release, and I really do recommend picking it up on 4K. Blu-ray, I'm not sure how the Blu-ray compares to the 4K, because like I said, this doesn't come with a Blu-ray disc to compare it to, but from what I've heard, that Blu-ray disc is also very good. So they did a good job transferring this over to physical release, and I highly, highly recommend it. So let's quickly give away the digital code. Just like always, I'll hold it up to the screen, and whoever gets the code gets it. Here we go. If it's in focus. And it's gone. So whoever gets it, enjoy your digital copy of Superman. So guys, that's my review of Superman on 4K. I overall really enjoyed the release. Great artwork, great picture, good sound, good special features. I really think this is a really great release for you to pick up. If you've picked up the release of Superman on 4K, let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. And just like always, guys, thank you again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back with a 4K review of the Nightmare on Elm Street collection when that comes out, so look forward to that. Again, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe right here if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, take care.